So in this semester we are going to see micro electromechanical systems. So in previous lecture we have seen the basic concepts of micro electromechanical systems. So in this lecture also we are going to take one overview on that micro electromechanical systems. So what are MEMS? So previously also we have seen that micro electromechanical system is nothing but our MEMS. So micro means small size microfabricated structures. Electro, that is electrical signal or the control electrical signals which are used for input as well as the output. Then mechanical, so maybe there are some of the parts from that the system is mechanically functionally, and it is also used for that the input output. And systems are nothing but the structured one devices or that the systems which is the used for that the controlling purpose. So this is nothing but the micro electromechanical systems which is small in size, electrical and mechanically functionally, where they are used for the input as well as for the output. And by using this we are going to form one system or that the structure or the device which are used for that the any further application. So this shows that MEMS is nothing but the multidisciplinary. Multidisciplinary means of how, means in a multiple areas we can use that the MEMS systems. So that's why it is known as that the multidisciplinary. For example, means that the temperature, pressure, then in the mechanical parts, as well as in that the light system, as well as in that the biotechnology, chemistry side, then quantum mechanics, as well as the electricity and magnetism. So in sound also we can use that the MEMS devices. So that's why we can say MEMS is nothing but the multidisciplinary. So there are huge area of the application of this MEMS. Then when we see from that the energy domains, then that means is used in a thermal, means temperature measurement, or we can use in a heat and heat flow measurement. Then in a mechanical we can measure the force, pressure, velocity, acceleration, as well as that the position. So in this the mechanical system also we can use that the MEMS. In a chemical, concentration or the pH or the reaction rate, we can in this area also we can use that the MEMS. Then in a magnetic, field intensity, flux density, magnetization. So to measure these sides of that the magnetic fields, we can use that the MEMS devices. Then in a radiant, then intensity, wavelength, polarization, as well as in a phase. So in an electrical field, voltage, charge and current. So these are that nothing but the energy domains for that the MEMS systems. Then let us look on the history of the MEMS technology. So Richard Feynman, there is a plenty of room at the bottom. So it presents in December 26 in 1959 at California Institute of Technology. So that trial to super innovative miniature fabrication techniques. So for that the micro machines, but at that time fails to generate that fundamentally new fabrication techniques. So in 1969, Westinghouse creates that the mechanical curiosity based on a new microelectrofabrication. So in 1969, that it will get that the idea about that the microelectronics fabrication. Then in 1970, that it will be means that the silicon wafer, that is bulk aged silicon wafer pressure sensor is introduced, and after that in 1982 that the silicon as a structural material is invented. So reference for the material properties and etching data for the silicons, it is means developing in that the early in 1980s. So micro machining leverages microelectronics industry is that in 1980s. So whenever we are going to think about that the micro electromechanical system, So surface volume ratio is very important. So surface to volume ratio. So if you take the surface area of sphere, it is nothing but the 4 pi r square, and volume of sphere is nothing but the 4/3 of that the pi r cube. So surface to volume ratio of the sphere is nothing but that the surface is given here, and the volume is of that the sphere is, and the ratio comes is that the 3 of that the r. So it is also very important because it will require to generate, if suppose that the microparticles are there. So what are the lengths of that? So we have to first upon decide, and in that the scaling is very important one. So here that the 1 meter is nothing but taken as a 1 mm, that is that the thousand, and 1 micrometer is nothing but the 10 lakh, and 1 nanometer is nothing but this. Those very small size that the micro electro device are there, so that the scaling factor is very important in a MEMS. So if you see in this slide, so here some of the natural things are shown here, and some of the things that is man-made that seen here. Okay, and in middle one, that the scale shows that how micro level that the man-made things are there. So if you see that the natural things, so ant is nothing but the 5 mm, dust mites are that the 200 micrometer, that fly ash is nothing but the 10 to 20 micrometer. Human hair is also 10 to 15 micrometer wide. Then red blood cells and with white blood cells in the human body, that are nothing but the 2.5 micrometers. Uh, then that the synopsis or DNA, that is nothing but the these scale meters. Okay, or that the atoms of that the silicon, it is in a length of the nanometer. So when we are going to think about that the man-made things, the head of the pin is nothing but that the 1 to 2 millimeter. Then these are nothing but the this shows that the micro electromechanical devices, which are nothing but the 10 to 100 micrometer wide, which is nothing but the means very micro as compared to that the red blood cells also. Now here the carbon nanotube is shown here, as well as that the 21st century challenge that seen here. Okay, so quantum coral of 48 iron atoms of that the copper surface positional. So means man can be produce that the things which are that the very less as compared to that the natural things. So that are nothing but the shows by this the scales. So plot shows that the means that the what are that the scales, or that the different size, if you are taken into the consideration, what are the size of that the atom, then the virus, as well you can see that there is the solar system, also earth, what is that the logarithmic that the length of that the earth orbit. So various that the systems we can plot here as with respect to that the log plot. So scaling of that volume, that the scale factor S, when we relate with that the length, width, and that the height, then we will get that the different dimensions. So we can say that the volume scale is nothing but that the multiplication of this length, width, and the height. So we can say it is directly that the directly proportional to that the scaling factor, that is S raised to 3. So scaling surface area, then volume, then mass, that is the weight of that, moment of inertia, so torque. So all these are the consideration take into that the scaling factor. Then scaling of forces, when that the force due to the surface tension, then we can say it is a S to 1. Then the force due to electrostatic with constant field scales, we can say S square. Then force due to certain magnetic forces scales, as we can say S cube. And gravitational force scale is given by the S raised to 4. So gravitational force, when we are going to calculate that, that comes, that is S raised to 4. So that is nothing but that the scaling, which is one of the important one, and where that the how that the gravitational force work on that, that is also important one. Then the next question is that why micro machining? Okay, so let us focus on this why micro machining. So, in whenever we are going to think related to micro machining, so it will minimize the energy and material use in a manufacturing. That is the first advantage. Then redundancies as well as the arrays are automatically reduced due to this micro machining. Then integration with electronics, it is possible. So integration of that the various things on a one chip, it is possible. Then reduction of the power budget, whatever that the power will require for that the device. Then faster device, because that the micro level we are going to design, so that the power as well as that the switching period between that, it is the also means it is increased, so that's why these devices are faster than the any other devices. Then increased selectivity and sensitivity. Then exploration of new effects through the breakdown of continuum theory in the micro domain, as well as the cost performance, that is means cost per performance is also increased, so that is also another advantage. Then improved reproducibility, because batch fabrication is there, so various reproduction will be there. Then improved that accuracy and reliability. And then the minimum invoices means that the minimally means for example field camera level when endoscopy is there in medical application, so that the minimally invasive. So that's why we are going for that the micro machining. So these many advantages are there, so we are going for that the micro machining. Then there are lots of factors to consideration. So they're establishing need in a light of conventional approaches. So it is faster and smaller as well as in a cheaper. So main solution provides the significant cost reduction, as well as that it enables new function or level of performance that cannot be achieved by the others, as well as the market justifies the development of this MEMS approach. So it is conventional machines or the plastic molding techniques are used, so it will become that the conventional operate to develop that the MEMS devices, as well as the cost analysis include package and test, so that is also used. Then understand the basic physics and operating the principle including scaling law. Just we have seen that the scaling, volume of scaling under the factors. So increased surface to volume ratio. Then acquisitions forces are also increased, and thermal transport is also very easily, or that there is no any thermal loss when we are going to see that the MEMS. So here understand that the important issues in designing that the microscopic and microscopic solutions. So when we again think related to that the which factors are into the consideration. So survey prior working micro machines version as well as that the nature. So means 3.5 billion years of nature selection allows for the lot of trial and errors. So considering that the need to integrate on chip security, so hybrid or monolithically we can go to that approach. Then there are lots of fabrication trade-offs are there. Then can you use for the existing standard process? So not because that the design is not a simple and reasonable priced fabrication process. Then some of the issues related to the packaging also. So that can existing package can be used or adapted. Then reliability issues are there. Then issues for that the testings are also there. So estimated the final cost of the ready to use device, that is difficult to get cost data out of foundry for custom process. So will depend sensitivity or volume and age. So this is really difficult to access. So include the cost of the packaging as well as that the testing. So let us see on that the overview and that the MEMS applications. So historically means in a traditional there is a resonant gate transistor is a developed. So if you see, that is developed in 1967. So here that resonance which is having that the channel, then the source diffusion, drain diffusion, then we can take that the output from this. So this will tune with, and it will resonate. So on this silicon substrate, these all things are done in a micro level. So this is nothing but the oxide layer. So input ports for that the plates. So input signal we can apply it here, and this is nothing but the cantilever gate electrode. Okay, so it is biasing for that the drain. So it will work as a resonant gate transistor. Then next is the first polysilicon surface micromachined MEMS device integrated with circuits. So this is nothing but the first polysilicon surface micromachined MEMS device which integrates with the circuits. So it is produced in a that is 1986. So that is that the micro bridge vapor sensor. Micro bridge vapor sensor is developed here. Then next is the surface micromachining motor. So surface micromachined motor. So bearing is shown here in the substrate. So if you see, this is nothing but the side view of that the surface micromachined motor, and this is nothing but the top view of that the surface micromachined motor. So that the axis, then rotors are shown, and that the starters are here. So it is developed in 1988. That is integrated movable micromechanical structures for that the sensors and actuators. So here is also one historical rotary electrostatic micromotor is shown here. This micromotor is produced in 1989. So it will work as a micromotor sensor. Then here, if you see the rotary electrostatic micromotor, which is having that the area that is less than that the human hair. So if you observe here, then you will get the difference. It is nothing but the human hair, and this is nothing but the rotary electrostatic micromotor, which is designed is at the micro level. So it is electrostatic ovals micromotor motor. Sorry. Then entertainment for dust mites. If you see, then you will look this entertainment for dust mites. Then in Feynman's challenge, to accept that that the micromotor is built. So here, Richard Feynman using that the micromotor built by this William McLean, who won the challenge to build the first motor smaller than the 1/64th of that the inch. So if you see, means that the telescope is used to see this motor, and if you see the second picture, then it's that the motor is 3.81 millimeter wide. Okay, so it will sitting with bent head at the head of that this pin. So that much level of that the micro machining that the challenge is accepted by this the William. So if you see that the historical memes, then you will get that world's smallest car. Okay, so this car is sitting on that the point. Okay, the car is 4.8 millimeter long and runs on that the 0.67 millimeter electric motor which is inside in this car. So if you think, then how much that the micro level that the designing is done in that time. So that is nothing but the one of the good example of this, that the smallest car. Then world's smallest guitar is also shown here. So that the guitar length is nothing but that the means 10 micrometer long, that is silicon guitar. So same size as a single cell also in this. So with six strings are there, each of 50 nanometer, that is 100 atoms wide. So it is developed in the Cornell University. So this is one of the world's smallest guitar, which is having that the 10 micrometer long. Then so these are nothing but the examples, that is historical memes. So means in a previous that the in previous that means in old year, we have seen that the lots of historical that the memes applications means from that onwards that the memes developing will start. So resonant gate transistor, as well as that the micromachinery first integrated IC, then surface motor, then rotary electrostatic motor, which is nothing but the smallest as compared to the human hair, then oval micromotor, then dust mite, then that the challenges where that the motor is designed, which is that the sitting on that the pin head, then smallest car, smallest guitar. So these are nothing but that the historical applications. So in the next lecture, we are going to see that the some of the applications of that the memes which are existing now. So this is our the session where we have covered that the overview of that the memes, in which the what is memes, as well as that the what is the history of that memes, and what are the historical memes devices that we have covered. Thank you.